Hi students, this video is to help you rebuild your original program if you lost it or had to change computers in the middle of your project. So we're going to want to go to MakeCode, that's makecode.microbit.org, and start a new project, okay? And we're going to call that project Robot, all right? And if you remember, we had to add the Hummingbird extension. So once we're in here, we're going to go to the Advanced button and go to the very bottom and click on this Extensions button here. Now up here at the top, we need the web address of the extension. And remember, we can find that back in our class in the Import Hummingbird extension assignment that we had. And I'm going to two-finger click on that link in step 5 and copy the link address. You can also go in and just highlight it and then, highlight it a little too much. You can highlight that and then two-finger click and say copy or Control-C. And then we want to go back and go up here and paste it with either Control-V or two-finger click and paste, and search for it, and that will give us the Hummingbird extension, okay? And you'll note now that the Hummingbird is in there. Okay, so once we have that, we're going to need to get a couple of items in here for the on start. So we want to click on the Hummingbird category first, and we need to start the Hummingbird board. So I'm going to grab Start Hummingbird. And we also want to get a show number block from the basic category and change that to a 1. So again, start Hummingbird from the Hummingbird category and a show number. Both of those are going to go into on start, and make sure it has the number 1 there. Now in the forever loop, we're going to need to have 2 LEDs, 2 servo blocks, and 2 pauses for the basic one. So I'm going to go into Hummingbird and grab 2 LED blocks. I'm going to grab 2 servo blocks. And then in the basic category, I'm going to scroll to the bottom and grab 2 pauses. Okay, so we're not going to connect any of these yet. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is turn LED number 1 on. So I'm going to set one of these, LED number 1, to on. All the way on is 100% on. You can either set that by typing 100 or making the slider bar go up to 100 and put that into the forever. Then we want to set the servo number 1 to 45 degrees. That's what it was when I gave it to you. So we have LED 1 going to 100 and the servo number 1 going to 45 degrees. And then we're going to put in a pause. That pause should start at 500 milliseconds, about half of a second. Then we need to turn off the LED. So we're going to turn off LED number 1, make sure that's a 0. Then we need to set the servo to 135 degrees. So you can just type a number in there. I'm going to type in 135 and put that in. And then lastly, we're going to have 500 milliseconds in there. Another pause. So this is the basic program here. Now, if you're having the problem that your programs are not saving on the same device, you can download this program to your computer by clicking on this little save button right here. And it'll save it. It'll be called microbit.robot, or excuse me, microbit dash, and then whatever name you gave it, in this case, robot.hex, right? And then the next day, if you don't see your project here, you can always click on the import button here. Say that you want to get a get something from, get a file, and then you can choose that file from your computer or from your Google Drive if you are on a Chromebook, and then look where it saved it. Most likely it saved it in your Google Drive or in your downloads folder, and you can find where that is. And I see it right here, microbit.robot.hex, and it'll open it back up that way. And that's only for in emergencies if your microbit is not saving your work. So that should get you back to the same state that your robot was in when you got it from me. Okay, I hope that helps.